the way that you explain really difficult topics and make them accessible. One of the things I appreciate is your willingness to talk about flaws and missteps that you've made. And since you want young people to read this, I know we don't have a lot of time, but if you could just quickly uh, address whether that was done to leave breadcrumbs for the next generation to know that, most people don't come out into leadership fully formed. And as it's harder and harder to work in public life, if there's a reason you did that, it's unusual because you're one of the more confident people I know in sports or in board games or in almost anything you do. But in this case, you sort of let people understand some of the missteps that you've made.
Yeah. Well, look, we all have kids who are roughly the same age, and they are remarkable. They are far superior than I was at their age. Um, but they're also bombarded with this message, partly because of their phones, and they're seeing people's living their best lives on Instagram, and they're hearing about how Mark Zuckerberg was a billionaire by 27, and they are comparing themselves, their baselines against which they assess themselves are so out of whack to what most of us are actually experiencing in our 20s and 30s that I worry about them sometimes, and I want young people to see that somebody who ended up having a fairly successful political career, didn't know what the heck he was doing at 23, 24, 25, that even well into his 30s was still experiencing doubts and confusion and making mistakes. That even when I was running and was on the cover of Time magazine and attracting these huge crowds, I'd make gaffes, and I'd botch a debate, and that's okay. I probably can't transmit this through a book. I think it has to be lived, but I try to describe to Malia and Sasha, one of the great gifts of getting to be my age now is I'm just not afraid of much, because I've been knocked down a bunch of times. I've embarrassed myself. I've publicly failed, and people have written entire articles about my failings, and I've been criticized and ostracized and demonized, and but I'm still here. I'm okay, and that's a hard thing to internalize in your 20s or your 30s. But to the extent that the book can help a young person say, okay, you know what, it's worth me taking a chance. It's worth me trying hard things. It's okay when I screw this up, because that's part of the process. Then I think it's worth it for me to be able to share that too.